Survivor 50, Episode 2. It's the recap show. Manchild Show with Boy Green Digital starts right now. All right, let's break it down, Boy Green. A lot to get into on this episode. Let's start.
Whoa, hey, my pizza guy. What's going on?
Will woke up with a crab right in his chest. It was so funny. We caught it and ate it.
I give a flying hoots a minute. Give your hand.
All right, here we go. Another recap show, baby. Bret LaBelle on hand. Bring him in, Boy Green. Bring him in. Let's talk some Survivor. Season 50, Episode 2. There he is. We've been waiting for him. We missed him last week. Bret, welcome aboard. How are you?
I'm doing good. How you guys doing? I like that new intro. I like your new start to the show.
The pizza guy. That was, remember when you were hanging with the pizza guy? That was fantastic.
Yeah, Justin, yeah.
Hey, the pizza guy.
Good old Justin. Justin's a good guy. I like Justin a lot. His pizza, great pizza too. What a pie that kid can make.
Our buddy Luke Baker gets credit for the open.
Our intern
working on that, intern extraordinaire, and he wanted to put an open together. He does our Survivor shorts as well, so you can always check them out. We always take our our recap shows and cut them up into some shorts, and he takes care of that every week for us. So kudos to Luke. All right, welcome aboard, fellas. 2 episodes in the book. Boy Green, look like you wanted to say something.
Yeah, the only thing I wanted to say is just in case people missed it, because we ended up doing it. And I don't mean last second, but there wasn't a lot of pre-promotion for it. But earlier today, we had our Survivor Fantasy Draft. So folks will be referencing that throughout the show. So whatever we decide to do, I'd have a little graphic we could show. And Lurch,
I'm glad we
really lost.
I almost went down, Bret. Jeez. Every time.
On day one.
People are on the hot seat right out of the
shit
out loud.
Yeah, I was a little nervous too because I was like, did I steer him in the wrong direction? But did not happen.
What was Joe doing? Joe just going volcano, man. I'm like, Joe, what? Lay low. Take it easy, brother. The target is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Oh, my God. They weren't even thinking about Joe. Next thing you know, everybody's talking about Joe. Thank goodness that didn't happen.
So, Bret, is that just a classic case of clashing personalities, right? Devins likes to play his game a certain way. Joe likes playing his game a certain way. And we just have these two opposing forces smacking into each other. Is it as simple as that?
Yeah, it's as simple as two A personalities, or I mean, I don't know, Devin. I wouldn't consider Devin as an A personality, good guy, but two personalities that are kind of clashing. Joe, there might be a little bit of paranoia in there with Joe, like he's worrying about a lot of stuff, like he's worrying about what Devins is saying. And Devins makes a great point. Like, you got to give people you got to let people talk to people out there. If you're going to get mad or jealous every time someone talks to somebody and you don't know about it, you're going to go crazy out there. And I also think this is an example, and we saw a couple of them, like, a couple of examples of this tonight, of someone can do really well on Survivor with one group of individuals and not so well with another group of individuals. Exactly. A lot of times, how you do on this show, and nobody talks about this, is who you're out there with.
Exactly. I was saying to Boy Green, we were just talking a little before we came on the air, and I said, you put Joe with a couple of other people, and he could thrive in a tribe. He'd thrive with Colby. He'd thrive with certain coach.
Dragon Slayer, Jonathan. Right.
And he's in the wrong tribe. He's with the scheming tribe. Rick Devins is already making up his fake idols and doing all kinds of stuff. We'll get into all this stuff. He wants to play, he called it Unleashed Survivor. Joe is not Unleashed Survivor at all. So he's in a bad tribe. The good thing is, and we heard this at the end of the episode with the coming attractions, tribe swap next week. So maybe Joe can get himself out of hot water. Maybe he'll get paired with a few people that he actually can work with, because there aren't too many on this tribe that really seem to be in his corner. Maybe other than Ozzy. I guess Saria's potentially an ally, although she scares me. They should have got rid of her last week. She is going to mess this game up.
Yeah, I mean, look at Joe, and I like Joe. We all do. We've talked about him many times, and I don't know. This is an example of casting for 50, right? I mean, there's people. This is a game where it's going to be fast paced. These people are playing, and they have something to prove. And Joe's in a hammock and chilling out, and I just don't know if he's there to play. Maybe because he just played. Maybe you need a little time. Maybe you need to be a little hungrier. I don't know, but I feel like I don't know. I don't think this is I don't think this is going to be his show. And I'm sorry, Lurch, because I know you have him, but I don't think this is
That's
going
right.
to be.
He was my
his-
last pick. I mean,
I guess
three-
that's true.
It's
You
not
know,
going to be his season, I don't think. For Joe.
I don't think so
Listen,
either. No.
But he could reel it in. 3 days on Survivor can mean a whole different thing. So,
Tribe
Now,
swap, reel it in, Joe. He can do it. Come on, Joe.
That's true. We're only 2 episodes in, but the thing that I guess fear with Joe now that we've seen 2 episodes, he's brought this up now more than twice, but it's just been mentioned in both episodes. Joe says he has the demons of the past. Camilla and Kyle making him look like an idiot at Final Tribal. He says haunts him, and he carries this baggage, and that feeds a little bit into the Devins thing. He sees Devins whispering, and he's like, "Is that another person trying to screw me over?" So
Joe is what 48 season 48.
Season 48, yes.
He just played. I mean, he's a year out from his season. This is the problem with bringing back so many people from the last couple. They're still screwed up. Like it takes a while to get over all this stuff that you have going in your head. Like Final Tribal, he still has. He's still like I don't.
You ever get over that?
Yeah, you do. I mean, I look at this stuff that still ticks me off from my season, but I get along with everyone. It's all water under the bridge. You kind of move on and you're like, hey, at least we're on a great season. I mean, I just think, at some point he's going to say, hey, look I went very far in the game. I had a great edit. Like he should be very happy for a lot of things. But this is why I think they cast way too many people from the last couple seasons.
Bret, were you ever in a situation, or can you relate to the situation of you're in a tribe and suddenly there's just no one really to work with? Because that's what it was starting to feel like with Joe. Like there's just nobody that has any common ground with him, and now he's in some kind of heat and some kind of trouble. Did you ever feel that way? What do you do when you get in that situation? You feel like you look around and go, which one of these people am I working with? None of them.
Yeah,
what do I do?
I never felt that way because I was always talking to people and getting along with everyone, and I always had a bond with people. Was I nervous I was going to get voted out? Yes, Ikabula. I was very nervous I was going to get voted out. I was nervous of getting voted out when I got voted out, but I knew that I knew that I had an argument for why I shouldn't be voted out and who should have gone home instead of me. So I guess, no, I never felt that where I was like, uh-oh, there's nothing for me to work with, because that's the game, man. You have to find common ground with everyone. And if you get in fights and arguments like that, it's not going to help. It's going to hurt you more. It's going to help you. That argument with Devins hurts them both. Now, who it's going to hurt the most, right. I don't know. I don't know yet.
I do agree. And, Devin's got to be careful, too. I mean, he wants to play unleashed, but you get a little too unhinged and the target starts getting much, much larger. Yeah. And he's already scheming with the fake idol thing and hiding the scroll there. We'll get into that whole little thing with hiding the scroll there, Tribal. I don't know what the goal was. And let me just ask you about it. Was that whole Christian fall all part of the Devins thing, or did Christian just fall? What was going on there?
I think so for sure.
I think that was classic diversion.
So pick him up over there while I stuff the scroll over here.
Yeah. Yes. I don't understand what are they trying? Like, what's he trying to do? Like, who's he trying to trick? It's very weird. I don't know. The next person that goes to Tribal, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there.
Yes, I guess so. I think that's what he's thinking. But
yeah, right, maybe. And then I don't know. There's a greater.
If you find it there, does that mean you just like? Is he expect? I don't know. Like, it doesn't. I feel like, why wouldn't you hide it back at camp and trick someone that way? So.
Right. I guess they're saying because like you always have to go to Tribal no matter what camp you're at. So maybe, if you're in a pinch and you do this dramatic, and Devins loves the dramatics, like he's like, you know what, I think I'm in trouble. And he reaches behind a rock at Tribal and everyone's like, what the hell is he doing? And then presto, he pulls out this thing and everyone's like, holy crap, this is the real deal. When would he have had a chance to hide a fake here? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's what he's doing. That's actually a good thought. And then people go, oh my God, he's got it. He found it, and then they don't vote for him. So,
right. It just saves him a night. Right.
Hopefully they'll probably explain his thought process in the next episode a little more. So,
right.
Boy Green, I know you must have loved this moment. I was listening. I was like, oh, Boy Green right now is like, kick. He's like, yeah, baby. Rizzo delivers the line. I know you have it in your notes. You wrote it down for sure. Rizzo says, I came to Survivor to cut some throats and win some money. I was like, oh.
Actually, I hated that quote. I hated that quote because
Wow.
I'm going to highlight the quote he said before that, which Bret is going to take a particular umbrage with. He said,
Okay.
"I didn't come here to quote play camp." It was when Q
Right.
was out there with
Yes.
Stephanie, and they were going out there to do normal. And Bret can speak to this normal stuff you got to do of grabbing food, firewood, hunting animals, crabs, fish, anything you could get to bring
Doing
back.
work, dare I
Right,
say.
right, doing work. And Rizzo's like, "Oh, I got to get some disinfectant on this. Geez, let me go back to camp, and then I'll be right back." And Q is waiting for him, and he never comes back. And Colby's getting pissed. Grab some firewood. Don't be lazy, and getting that. So I took umbrage with it. I'm sure Bret will too. Of like not here to play camp. Like that's a key piece of the game is playing Survivor and doing that, right, Bret?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And again, you can be lazy out there, but you need to look like you're not lazy. Like we have plenty of people that you know are lazy, but at least they would lug back a couple of pieces of wood to at least make it look like they're doing something. And as long as you contribute something, it's enough to keep people off of you. Rizzo's in trouble with that, and this is going to bite him if he doesn't kick it up a little bit. But we do have a tribe swap, so that could help him.
Hey, let's just get to this because we need to. I don't know if you guys saw this earlier in the day, but Christian hinted at something on tonight's episode, and he says you guys are about to see the messiest, play of the new era. And a lot of people went, "Oh my God, what does that mean?" And apparently, it's him crapping his own pants, which made it on Survivor. That's if that happened to me, I don't think that's something I could ever recover from, Bret. That's something that would be so embarrassing for the rest of my life. What do you make of Christian making it on for Wade? I have a direct quote here from Christian. He called it unexpected gastrointestinal distress.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, man, I always thought Christian was the kind of a guy, like I watched him the first season. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I could relate with this guy. I can't get along. And then I met him, and he's a really likable guy. He's a really good guy. Like I like him a lot. And he was really interesting guy to talk to. And I just really kind of felt bad for him. I've been out there. Everything's uncomfortable. I can't imagine having to wear those pants for the rest of the time you're out there. I just felt so bad for him, and it's horrifying. And then his wife's watch. I don't know. My heart went out. Being played, my heart went out to him, and the fact that they're laughing at him, and it's like it could happen to anyone out there. Like you are so messed up. You're not eating. Your body is all messed up. Like it just I just really felt for him. That's the best I can say. And I can't believe, shame on Survivor for airing it. They should have embarrassed him like that,
He was trying to shoo away the cameras. He's like, "Hey, back off."
You guys don't want to see this playfully, but Bret, me and Lurch can't say names here, but we ran into a very prominent individual in the sports world.
I feel bad.
And I just have to.
Was it Uda Pippig?
I can't say any names.
Okay.
And this person
mentioning any name for sure.
No, absolutely not.
Well, you know about Uda Pippig, right?
Yes, and what happened was we saw this person, and I don't know if Lurch had ever met this person before, but I certainly had not. So this was our first interaction with this very. Yeah,
I met him very tertiarily, so but he wouldn't recognize me. He wouldn't know me.
But no, so yeah, we were running into him. We're all alone. It was this person and then me and Lurch. We're leaving this event.
We're going one way. That person's coming the other way up a path, basically.
And we went to shake this person's hand and said, "Oh my gosh,
hey, it's
your name," because we knew who he was.
Yeah.
And he blew right past us and didn't say anything. And me and Lurch at first looked at each other like, "What a jerk!"
Wow.
And then, for whatever reason, I don't know why we turned around. We both turned around and saw he crapped his pants and he was basically running to a building to try to go take care of everything. Oh, God. So, again, I say that on national television, no less, at least for this guy. I don't know how many other people saw him, but for me and Lurch, we'll know that forever at this point.
I realized it. It was down his leg, and it was just like, oh God, the poor guy. Jeez. Oh, my God.
Well, listen, it's happened to people.
It can happen. It
can happen. In the it does happen, right? I mean, the Boston Marathon, you see it, and they don't seem to care. They keep running because I've worked every Boston Marathon for the last 27 years, and that's a thing. Uda Pippig is a thing,
So the bumper sticker shit happens. Is,
yeah,
it was a very good bumper sticker.
Yeah.
Like I don't know about you guys, but if I crap my pants, I'm not finishing the race. If these people finish the race,
I know. Come on.
To me, that's just bizarre to me. Like you run so much that you can't control your bowels. Stop running.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah,
Bret, we missed you last week, but I'm glad that they showed a little bit of the reverb of this at the beginning of the episode. Unfortunately, we lost 2 people in the premiere 3-hour debut of Survivor Season 50 last week. Jenna from Season 1, which sucks, and then Kyle was medically evacuated with a torn Achilles, and they showed the ripple effects of sort of that coming out. Bret, this is your first chance to talk about it here on the podcast. I mean, just brutal, because it looked like Kyle was setting himself up very well. And I imagine he would have been a very highly thought of draft pick if he still would have been in the game for all of us in the fantasy draft earlier. Just brutal news. Then also, Jenna from Season 1 having that OG representation gone too. We didn't get your thoughts coming off of episode 1.
Hung out with Kyle a couple times. Great guy. Love him. I mean, really, again, there's so many likable people on Survivor, and that's why they cast them, because they're just easy to get along with and good guy. Really, really good guy. He was in Boston. We potted in Boston. And, if I was out there, I'd feel bad for him. But he's a past winner, who just played recently. I'm not crying over it. I'm sorry. I'm not going to cry because Kyle went home with a broken Achilles. I'd be happy that he's going to get the care that he needs for his Achilles so that he can walk again. I mean, he's a young guy who's just got married. Like, you don't want to keep him out there, have him have a limp for the rest of his life. So, no, I wouldn't cry because Kyle gets sent home on day 4 or 5, whatever. I thought that was completely ridiculous. Give me a break. These are all returning players. These are people who have played the game before. They're grown adults, and they're crying like the man just died. What would Kyle want right now? Oh, my God. Remember what Kyle said before he was before he was
like he died.
He's dead. Like he's on his deathbed. He said, go win it for the team. I mean, it's so ridiculous. It's so stupid. But I like
that is what Q said to Colby. He said, "Do you remember what Kyle's final words were to us?"
Just shut up! Like enough is enough. Like nobody. Like
just win, baby. Just win.
Win it for the Gipper. Win it for the Gipper. I'm just like, give me a break. Enough of this crap. And I don't think Kyle's days were numbered anyway. And I'll tell you why. I do not believe that. These are returning players who, like, look at Colby. Colby almost won the game. He is not going to let a winner get through to the end. He's just not. And I really think casting any winners on 50 was stupid. Besides, the only one I think that should have played would have been Richard Hatch.
Okay. Yes, right. Yeah, of course.
Right. Let me do kind of a wow. I'm amazed, proud of, whatever you want to say, blown away by a couple of performances in tonight's episode. One was Colby. That was what he did, lugging that snake at
200 pounds.
I mean, he has come to this season of Survivor in much better shape, much more ready to play, and it showed in that challenge. And I'll throw out a kudos to my boy Mike White, who I picked in the fantasy draft earlier today, with the 6-pack, hauling it in that water challenge. I mean, we are seeing some guys that maybe we didn't expect to be physically in the game, and they are definitely physically in it. Colby is clearly in it. He is back to old Colby in a lot of ways, or young Colby, I should say. All right, and Mike just showing that he came to be part of the physical equation here. He's not just going to be Mr. Schneebly here, so I kind of like it.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are the sports guys. You know as well as I do that, it's meant. A lot of it's mental, right? I mean, look, take a Tom Brady. I mean, here's a guy that's, almost 50, and he's throwing, he just never gives up, never quits. He's, playing like, I mean, he's retired now, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
But my point is, like, Colby's just like a Tom Brady, right? He's never going to give up. He's never not going to give 110%. And boy, did he show it tonight. And it made for a great. Colby's making for a great show. He's really bringing it for this season, and I'm here to watch it. I'm really enjoying it. So
yeah, they look like they were toasting that challenge, and they came back and won the challenge.
He was exhausted. He was exhausted. Yeah. He gave it everything, and Riz is like, "Wow, that was really cool to watch." Yeah, how about get your young butt out there and do the same thing?
Good grief, Rizzo.
Which, by the way, Lurch brought up our fantasy draft earlier.
Rizzo, I shouldn't be making fun of him.
Brett's got Rizzo. Brett, you got
Rizzo's
Rizzo.
a good dude. Rizzo's a good dude. He's just young and doesn't get it.
This is our full fantasy draft, and Lurch gave you a lot of shit earlier, Brett, for taking Colby. He's like, he wasn't even on my board, and I'm like, all right,
He was low on my board. He was on my board, but low.
Okay, out of the 12,
and Lurch, don't take this the wrong way, but Green, that doesn't make me nervous.
That's a good point with his track record.
Well, to be honest with you, Brett, I would be thrilled if Kobe won the season. I would absolutely be thrilled.
I would too.
If he's in it late, I'll be rooting for him. I will actually be rooting for him. I just think that while he has come physically ready to play, I just don't think his social – I don't want to say social game because he's a good social player, but his strategy is going to get him to the very end with this group of some really strategic people. I just don't see it happening.
And that's a good point, Brett.
About his personality, and you guys like, and I don't mean this in a bad way. He's a nice guy and everything, but he has this aura of he's just when the way he interacts with people can put some people off. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
He's also from the second season, right?
Right, yeah. Australia.
Total rock stars. Season 1 through season 10, these people were treated like rock stars.
Yeah.
They're just in a different place than a lot of these other people that are playing. So I am concerned how he comes off to some of the other players. But
I did understand you, Brett. That again, that's almost like a Lurch being down on Colby is actually great news for you.
Right.
Track record.
Right. Sorry, Lurch. I don't mean
okay. I get abused on this show all the time.
Well, let's go to another coachism here. Yesterday's adversary is tomorrow's enemy. Today's enemy is tomorrow's adversary. Are you a coach guy, Brett?
I love him. I love Coach. I can't get enough of these. This is what made me love him originally. Like, I'm like, what is this guy talking about? And I just loved it. Because he does have some wisdom thrown in there. He's fun to watch. Like watching him get cramped up and then,
that was a near-death experience for him, Brett. He almost died out there.
Humble coach. I like a humble coach. I love coach-isms. I think it's all great. I think it's great for the show. I think he was so enjoyable during his seasons to watch because of the shit he says, and I think this has been fun.
So, Brett, talk about this, right? Thank God the safety boats were out there. Again, it was a near-death experience for Dragon Slayer out there with the old
in the water.
I got to tell you, I'm 32. I turned 33 in a month. Okay. The double cramp when I'm sleeping makes me jump out of bed. I can only imagine if I was in a body of water and you get the double cramp action, all of a sudden you can't swim. So thank God the safety swimmers are out there, but they're always right there, Brett, right? Just in case anything goes south.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but once you start getting cramps later on, like that's why you eat I eat so many bananas. I mean, all that you want that potassium and all that stuff, but, or whatever it is. But I mean, they do, the safety swimmers, they're out there. You don't even know they're there. Thank God they were there. Although it looked like Jonathan had him. It looked like
just in case.
I think Jonathan could have got him back in.
Probably. Yeah. Come on.
Look at the size of him, for Christ's sakes,
Right.
He's a freak.
I knew they were there for the challenges. I didn't know they were just there just in case at camp.
Did you ask me a question? I was sorry. My mind was gone.
No, I don't even. Well, I guess I'll go because we're talking about Coach. They teased it on the last episode, Coach versus Ozzy, and they were talking about Kyle's Achilles exploded, and then all of a sudden, Coach and Ozzy started getting into it at right before the challenge about the truth telling, and Ozzy's taking shots at Coach. Oh yeah, you're playing just the way you did the last time we played, and then D's face like, oh yikes.
Yeah, and the best part about this, Mike White blew that up and didn't even mean to. He didn't even mean to. He threw that wedge in there, and now we have a little, a rivalry going.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might have been a mistake by Coach because I don't again, 2 or 3 days on Survivor changes everything.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know that Ozzy's going to be there when, So why are you bringing it up? Why
let it die?
Yeah,
right, I understand.
Just let it die. Let it sit there. And so I don't know, that could have been a mistake. We'll see. We'll see how it goes further. I have a feeling. It looks like Ozzy's doing very well in this.
Mhm.
He's getting a really good edit. I don't know. So I'm nervous that Coach did that.
But let me ask you this. I mean, in the Ozzy thing, let's go on this here. What in the world is he giving away his extra vote to Sari for? I mean, a little bit of loyalty goes a long way.
Well, that's his number one. Yeah.
Giving away an extra vote just for, hey, you're working the strategy for me? Oh, Lord. I didn't like that at all.
Pretty important.
I know. And he already had her. There's no, like, save that to get somebody else on your side if you're going to do it. Like, you already have Sari. You don't need to. That was a mistake. I am worried about that. But I mean, what is he still? He's still getting.
He's just got a straight up idol that he's got in his back pocket to use.
Yeah, no, I thought that was. I was yelling at the TV. I was like, "Don't give that to her. What are you, crazy?" You know?
But I couldn't believe what she said. So when he gave her this, advantage, Sari says, I've played Survivor for 5 seasons. I've never had an advantage that's all my own. Ozzy didn't give it to her for a night. He's giving it to her forever moving forward. So I was like, whoa. I didn't realize Sari has been on this entire time and she never had an advantage for herself.
Yeah, she's never had an advantage, never had an idol, and she's been idled out. She wasn't even voted.
Game changers.
I think she's the only person who's been idled out.
That's
so.
Yeah.
I love how Sari's played. Let's just say what you want about Sari. Let's take some stock on what she's done right now. Right now, she's gotten the votes off of her after she failed at the challenge.
Totally.
Right? Yeah,
and she went from that to controlling the game in her tribe.
Yeah, and then she got the tribe not to vote for Ozzy. So she's this is why Sari is dangerous. This is why Sari gets further in the game, and she's just so nonchalant about it. She puts the idea in your head. You don't even know why you're going with her. But
that's right. It's the way that she does it that you don't even realize it, that she's shifted you and you didn't even see it coming. That's why she's so dangerous. She is very dangerous.
And she flipped it on Savannah, and Savannah was the only one that was smelling her bullshit.
Yes,
she went like, totally. Isn't she the 1% Joe? And I saw Rick's face going, oh, interesting. And I'm like, oh, wow. So Savannah could undermine Sari's game, and Sari got her before she could get her. Yes. So that's the other part of it too.
I love Sari, and it's moments like this when you kind of break it down and go, wait a minute, she should have been gone in the first episode, and she's still here, and now she's got them off of her ally, and now it's like, you know what? I'm kind of rooting for Sari again. Like, this always happens to me. I'm like, she's played, but then you find yourself rooting for her. It's kind of fun, and you know what? I am rooting for her because it'd be great to see Sari actually win the game on 50. That would be a great story.
That'd be the greatest storyline, and that's why I took her. Again, we'll highlight our fantasy draft here again. If Sari wins this, it'd be one of the greatest stories we've seen in terms of storylines from one of the great Survivor Mount Rushmore people that's never won to win, and then for it to be 50 this monumental season would be pretty cool. We haven't reviewed this yet, so again, for people that are watching in, we got a couple hundred people watching our Survivor recap show with myself, Manchild, Boy Green, and former castaway Bret LaBelle here. Manchild with Genevieve, Mike White, Christian, and Joe. Bret LaBelle has Ozzy, Colby, Charlie, and Rizzo. And I've got Dragon Slayer, Devin, Sari, and D. Valadares, the other previous winner of Survivor here. So, again, I'd love some thoughts from the audience on who you like of this group.
Which one of the
Feel
teams?
Free to tweet that or YouTube it out, which team you prefer, or who is the best team, who is the worst team. Let us know in the comments section. We'll highlight some of those here on the show. But Lurch almost lost one immediately. His final pick was Savannah or Joe. And hey,
Joe, thank you, Brett. You saved me at least from first episode after the draft embarrassment. That's always the worst. Oh,
yeah, that would have been bad. It's funny because when they were talking Joe, I go, oh God, Lurch is going to kill me. But actually you didn't, because look who went home. So.
Do you like when that happens, Brett? So Jeff in the middle of Tribal says it's going to be one of these people, Joe, Savannah, or it could be anybody of these three group. Yep. But we didn't, based on the edit, I'm going to be honest, I was surprised because I didn't expect it to be Savannah based on what everyone was saying. It sounded like it was going to probably be Joe. So I went like, all right, well, here we go. And then was Savannah. I'm like, oh, wow, it was Savannah. So do you like when they sort of dupe you a little bit on the edit? Because obviously we only have the information that they're giving us.
Yeah, I mean, it usually isn't who you think it's going to be. I find every now and then it is. They try to throw you off. But,
right.
Yeah. So no, I'm good with it. I thought it was a good edit. I had a feeling she was going home. I can't see these guys. We have some serious players out here who have gotten so close to winning. Like Colby is not letting somebody who won win. I
Right.
can't see Sari is not going to let somebody who's already won one. She's been trying to win this forever since season 7, for crying out loud. So, yeah, I mean, to put winners out there when you're doing season 50 is stupid. It's also stupid to put people that just play it out there. They're just not in the right mind, you know?
Right.
A lot of good humor in the show tonight. I really was laughing a lot, Brett. I don't know if you were, but here's a couple of moments here. Obviously, Coach getting the cramps in the water was funny. And then the Mike White line. So Mike, the writer, the producer of White Lotus, writing up a nice line here. When he called Coach, he looked like a dead bug laying in a pool. That's a great line. That had me laughing like there's no tomorrow. Christian with the gastrointestinal. We talked about that earlier. There were just a lot of laughable moments in the show.
I thought it was a great episode. Honestly, it hooked me more than the last episode. I wasn't too keen on 50 during the first episode, but I did enjoy this. I enjoyed it a lot. I like to see that the new schoolers are taking some hits because I don't believe that they should all be out there anyway. I mean, I think we need a couple of them. We don't need as many as we have. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm interested to see, I think the swap is going to be very interesting. I think it is. I think it's going to mix stuff up a lot.
Yep.
And I think that could really hurt some people. So
one thing I'll tell you, I was surprised at, Brett. So we go back to Colby. So we ask you this every time, like these things come up, and they come up every season, but it's always good to refresh people's memories. So they all believe that Aubrey has this boomerang idol because Genevieve know what it looks like. She's protecting her bag. She's like, oh, I'd bet $100 that she's got it. And then they distract her and they go through her bag and they're like, gee, she didn't have it. And she ends up getting it like 5 seconds later, which is hilarious. But Colby, so they're all like huddling around and they all sort of ask each other real quick, you guys are all cool with me rampaging through this bag. And Colby says, quote, hey, all bets are off and we're on Survivor, baby. But, like in the real world, it's like all kinds of messed up. But like Colby's supposed to be this American hero, cowboy and everything else. And he's like, F it. We're on Survivor. Let's rummage through the bag. That sort of caught me off guard. But Brett, can you talk about, you've been on the island before, going through someone's bag and whether or not you think that's fair or foul versus the real world of, again, if I was rummaging through Lurch's bag or anyone's bag at the office, I'd be getting some certain looks. So how do you sort of tote that line, Brett?
Yeah, I mean, it's happening more and more. I think it's, to me, if I catch you going through my bag, I'm probably going to find a way to vote you out, or I'm going to try and vote you out. Like, to me, it's just so scummy. But I think everyone's doing it. I start to question. I see it so much. I wonder, did someone go through my bag? And now I was questioning last night watching that, but the funny thing is everybody understands it's not right. Like she was even saying it out loud.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's like she knew it was wrong and it doesn't feel right. And you don't have a lot of privacy out there. So the one thing that is your privacy, you take it kind of seriously. So I think, I wonder, like, can you hide you can't really hide an idol in your bag anymore because I feel like now everyone's just going through bags,
So does Ozzy have it right? He said, sorry, Jeff, he keeps his idol in his sack. So like no one's gonna rummage through there. So I guess that's the best place that's the number one idol hiding spot is your privates.
That doesn't seem very comfortable though, but
ouch.
What not? And also gross. Yeah. Hey, Jeff, I actually have an idol. It's right here. And that's going to be gross to touch. Yeah. Well, they're not getting showers out there. Yeah.
This is indeed.
Well, yeah. Should have retired a couple of years ago, I guess. So.
Speaking of idols and advantages, number one, not really mentioned, but we all know it. Savannah did have a block of votes, so that has now left the game with her in her pocket.
Yep.
All right. And obviously, we did see the second boomerang idol now played. Yeah. Christian found it, sent it over to Aubrey, who definitely was in pretty desperate times. Maybe that'll come in handy now again with the tribe swap coming next week, as we saw in the
Right.
coming attractions. So far on the idol thing, Brett, because I know sometimes you're not a big fan of idols and gimmicks in the show. Are you okay with this boomerang idol and
Billie Eilish?
Yeah.
Boomerang
No,
idol?
no, screw it, Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish living on. Wait, she's living on stolen land. That's what she's doing. Her house is on like a Indian burial ground or something. Isn't that what happened? So, I don't care about Billie Eilish. I'm sorry. Maybe she's this great singer. I don't listen to her music, but I don't need that in Survivor. Like, this is stupid. Like, what is it? Is she going to come out and sing next? What is this all about? Why are we doing this? Are we trying to prove that she's friends with Jeff? I don't know. The whole thing annoys me. But the boomerang thing is interesting.
Yeah.
Not sure I love it, but let's see how it plays out.
Right.
and that idol, you could play it all the way down to 5 people. So that's an active idol for a long time in the game if you can hang around.
But that also works to the advantage, right? Because like if you know you can have it to 5, people are greedy by nature. They want to hold it to 5, which helps them potentially get voted out with it, which boomerangs it back, which I'm sure is what Survivor wants.
So that's going to be interesting because that might be fun to watch. So and then all of a sudden somebody gets an idol that doesn't think that when they need who knows? We'll see.
And there's still one more out there because we know there's one in each tribe, right? So 2 have been surfaced. That means there's still one to be found.
One undiscovered. Right. Correct.
Yeah.
Brett, let me throw this back out to you. I know Dalton Ross is a good friend of yours, Entertainment Weekly.
Dalton's a great guy.
Yeah. Last week on this whole celebrity thing, because obviously we've already heard of this Billie Eilish thing, and we know that's not the only one. There's a Jimmy Fallon thing coming up. There's some Mr. Beast thing coming up at some random point at the auction. There's all this extra.
And I don't mean to beat up on Billie Eilish. Like she's
sure. But
she said some stupid stuff on Howard Stern too. Like I've listened to her for a couple of years now, and I think I'm just all set. Like I don't know why we need her on Survivor, but go on.
And no, that's what Dalton said. He says the thing he thinks bothers people so much about this, because we saw it in the trailer for season 50 where you saw these celebrity appearances. Dalton said, and I'm gonna sort of paraphrase it here, but like diehard Survivor fans are watching season 50 because we've been watching all the other 49 seasons, that we didn't need this celebrity gimmick. And it feels like, you're aiming for a different audience here. Like we've been here the entire time, and season 50 is enough. We didn't need extra gimmicks to do it. And he says he thinks that's why it rubs a lot of people the wrong way. And his comments were kind of going viral last week. So again, you weren't with us last week, so I wanted to give you a chance to whether or not you agreed with that or not.
I agree with Dalton 100%. And Dalton gets it. Dalton's a huge fan of the show. He's been a huge fan of the show. He's like us. He's been a fan since the beginning. I can remember reading. Dalton used to write these great little blurbs in Entertainment Weekly. I've been reading Entertainment Weekly and they don't even have it anymore. Well, they technically do, but not in the. I used to get the paper form since I was 18 years old. Yeah. Dalton, I've been reading Dalton Ross since I was 18 years old, and then I became friends with him later. Yeah. But he has been a fan of Survivor as long as I have. So yes, I agree with him 100%. He understands the fan base of Survivor, and he knows that for the last few years, and he'll never. I mean, he's got a great relationship with CBS, so I don't expect him to say this out loud, but I believe Dalton understands that what Survivor is the people they're trying to grab are not going to be there. They're not coming. It's like Amazing Race. When I did Amazing Race, I was shocked how many elderly and older people are fans of the show. These people are not on social media. They're not following me because I was on the show. But when I go in to buy groceries, I get stopped all the time because of these people that you're like, you watched Amazing. Like I'm always shocked at who watched. The base of Amazing Race is totally different from the base of Survivor. He's going after the Big Brother people. They want to. You're not going to get them. They're not into the show. The base is like you said. These people who are loyal fans, been watching and from the get-go, and they don't want to see all these gimmicks. And sadly, he's throwing these. 50 is not the time. Wait for 51. You want to do
right
stuff. Like this is the time to let's reminisce. Let's look at what made this show so popular and so much fun. And I think they're missing it, and they miss it so much. And I'm very worried they're jumping the shark.
Well, I don't know if either of you guys are fans of Aquaman, the movie, but if they make any sequels, I think Jonathan needs to be considered. Yeah. I mean, this guy is like Jason Momoa, except he's doing it in real life, man. There's no special effects here. This guy can catch fish. He swims. He lifts things. He's unbelievable.
Let me make a prediction that you're going to see him and Coach on the next
Amazing Race.
White Lotus.
Ooh, White
Oh,
Lotus, nice.
John,
Okay,
White
I
Lotus.
love White Lotus. That'd be phenomenal.
Yeah, but I don't
really
know if you
would.
know that, but Angelina's been on he's been sprinkling Survivor players.
Yeah.
Into White Lotus.
Mm-hmm.
Have you made an appearance yet, Brett?
No,
Are you on this?
I haven't played with them because I'm not on 50.
Oh, I see.
That's
Well,
why they're all playing up to him.
Hey, the next season of White Lotus is in France, so I don't know if you have any connection
really?
with old Mike White. Yeah, he
Maybe
just revealed that.
No, Mike White. I don't know him. I have no. The only thing I have in common with Mike White is we both played Survivor. That's it.
Hey, that's a pretty big connection.
And speaking of bad edits, I mean, Angelina has gotten a terrible edit in this. I forgot she was even on the show, and then there was like a sighting today when they're talking about her being lazy, and I was like,
Q,
oh, yeah,
right.
that's right. There she is. She's on the show. Like, what in the world? Bad edit for her right now. Do you see that coming to life or not? Or is that bad news?
I don't know. I have you remember she rubbed some people the wrong way in her season.
Big time.
So but I don't know. She seems to be playing okay. She's kind of under the radar now. So I don't know what's going to happen with her. It does seem weird. She kind of had a ghost edit this episode. So let's see. I don't know. But we got a big tribe swap coming next week. So there could be more on the horizon for her. It will be interesting. But, it's funny you bring it up. I always say this to people all the time. I go, what does Bret LaBelle and Jimmy Johnson have in common?
Mm-hmm.
My friends all look at me and go, I don't know what. I go, people played Survivor. People forget that.
Jimmy Johnson. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
You guys are sports guys. I figured I'd bring that up.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah. Great guy.
I think if he hadn't been recognized, he would have been out there for a while. I mean, he just is such a recognizable person.
And he was coaching up on the island.
He was right. He was a positive influence. He literally just was Jimmy Johnson, the coach. Now I'm coaching this Survivor tribe, and he was amazing. He was very, very good. Now
I
appreciate why he's such a good coach.
Yeah, and I love when they do that. Like, I love when they bring out like Mike White when people are like, is that who I think?
Yeah,
right.
Remember they did it with the girl from the Facts of Life?
Yes. Right.
Blair.
Blair. Right.
But it was so fun to who's gonna know? Like, a lot of people didn't even know who she was. So I like that kind of stuff. I'd like to see more of that,
Yeah, that's good. Hey, another bad edit is Aubrey. Now, at least she got this Billie Eilish, boomerang idol, but she just sort of has this woe is me complex where she's like, geez, I'm out here on the island. Survivor's tough. People don't get it. It's exhausting. And I just hear that and I'm like, oh God, man, Survivor is, and I get it. It's not for everyone and you're starving out there. And I get it. You're not in a hotel and you're not getting, massages and stuff. I get it. It's hard, but there's so many people Brett, you started off this show saying that there's so many deserving people who didn't make it on. And when you have that in your head, which I agree with, there's a lot of deserving people who didn't make it on. And then you have Aubrey just sort of point out the smallest violin in the world for herself. It's just super tone deaf to everyone else who's begging to get on. And she's sort of complaining about it the whole time. I just haven't loved that so far, Brett.
Yeah, no, I know. And Aubrey's great. And she plays hard, but this is a perfect example of you take someone out of this season and it changes everything. She's not jiving with the people she's with. Now we have maybe things will change for Aubrey.
Swap, right.
Yeah, but she's not jiving with everyone now, and that could be a lonely place. And that's why you got to be energetic. You got to be out there talking with people. You got to try and find friendships with everyone. It's just it can be a lonely place if you got everyone against you out there, and we've seen it many, many times.
And she kind of blew the reward challenge there by not being able to hit that little, the key down.
Oh, how do you miss that? That's so embarrassing.
Jump, hit the thing.
Here's the thing. Don't be tepid, right? You see these action shots where you run out and just screaming tomahawk slap it. Just sort of went, and then missed it. Right. And how much time did you waste missing it, having to swim all the way back up, climb back up, and then go through it again? Like, good Lord, come on, whack it. You're on freaking Survivor, man.
Yeah.
Get after it, man. Get after it. I don't know.
Yeah. So, and she might just be in a bad place when she went out there, and she should have said, hey, I shouldn't go out. You know what's going on in her life around that, but
sure,
it does seem weird, because she's always a kind of a gung-ho player, and she's a very serious player. So I don't know. I think that it can get in your head though. If you've got nobody that you're jiving with and you feel lonely out there, it can get in your head.
We're finding out a little bit over these 2 episodes who's number one. Like, it looks like Devin's number one is Genevieve. He's kind of made that pretty clear.
Oh, I thought it was Christian. Devins and Christian.
I still think it's kind of Genevieve. I don't know, but Christian is tight with him too. That's a nice little tight alliance of 3, probably. Jonathan mentioned his number one is Coach. So do you like these pairings?
Ozzy, Sari.
Yeah. Ozzy's obviously now paying off Sari to strategize for him, so they're a pair too, I guess. Give me your thoughts on these pairings and whether or not having a number one at this point is the right place to be.
I mean, I think it's good to have somebody that you are jiving with. I don't know if you should be announcing it like they're announcing it. You know, like, you like look at it's hurting. You know, it didn't hurt Sari, but it could have. Like, people are mentioning, hey, she's just trying to save Ozzy. Ozzy's just trying to save her. Like, I just don't think you want people knowing where you're coming from. If you can help it. Sometimes you can't help people see that you're always together, you're hanging out. I mean, Boston Rob says one of the things that I used out there, and it's so true. Look who's sleeping with each other, next to each other. Those are the people that they're together. And he was right. I mean, you know, people that are voting together lay down at night together, you know? So it's interesting.
Let me ask you about Ozzy for a minute. I don't know how well you know him, Brett, and this is one of the benefits of having somebody like you on the show with us is, you know, you really know some of these people. You've gone to reunions with some of these people, so you get to know them a little bit. I mean, he really, I never realized, I mean, I always knew he was a survivor, you know, a challenge beast, and that got him, you know, in that one season. I mean, it took him
the original Jungle Boy.
I mean, you know, he is a physical freak, and even at his age, he's still pretty strong as a challenge guy. But I never realized how poor a strategist he is, and he's owning it. He's just, I'm terrible. You know, Sari's
been his survivor journey, right?
Look, why isn't he a better social player? Because he doesn't seem like a bad dude at all. I mean, like, I would love to get to know a guy like him. Like, I don't understand it. Like, what's the social miss there? Is that really the way he is? What can you tell us about Ozzy? Give us a little insight.
Yeah, so I've met Ozzy a number of times now, and we had a really good conversation. He was in Boston. We hung out a lot. I've hung out with him in Florida. He's a good dude. He likes to party. He's, you know, he's fun. I like to party, so it's not like I'm not like judging him on that. But
that's all social, you know. That's
social.
Social.
Very social. He's very, but you know what it is? Ozzy was so good at the challenges, getting stuff like climbing trees and getting coconuts. Like, that was his strengths, and now he's older, and he never really had to. I mean, you don't have to really scheme if you're winning immunity every time, right? You don't. So I just don't think it was in his wheelhouse to do it. He just never had to. He knew he was going to be there because he's gonna win the challenge, and he's just, you know, he's older now, like the rest.
Yeah,
of us.
And has he evolved? I mean, I think that's part of the problem here. Is
but I think
he needs to evolve to go
he does
deep.
have a good social game.
So do I. It's just like he uses it, right? It's weird. Yeah.
It's interesting, but I think I have a feeling he's going to do well. He seems to be doing well. He's reeling, you know, he's not making stupid moves, really. I mean, you could make an argument for giving up that advantage was stupid, but I think he's playing very well this game, you know?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
In episode 1.
Even his argument with Coach, it was a subtle thing he said at the end.
Yeah. Right.
They just left it hanging in the wind
a little bit,
you know. And I was like, ooh, I kind of like that. Like, he left everyone out there to think, and everyone's like, what's that all about? You know. So yeah, I really like what Ozzy's doing.
Okay, do you agree or disagree? Devin's hating Joe's code. It says they have to play around it, and he says, what a boring way to play Survivor. We constantly have to work around it when guys have morals, ethics, and that sort of thing, and a code to live by, that they, you know, sort of stick to their word and all that stuff. Devin's called that boring. What say you, Brett? Yeah,
I mean, look, I see what Devins is saying. I tend to like it because I can count on that person.
Of course.
But Joe, I'm with Devins on the Joe. Like, Joe is playing this completely wrong. He is coming in aggressive. This is when you have to step back and say, how am I looking right now? And Joe is not doing that. And maybe because he never had to do it, maybe he just, like, the people he was with, he was just kind of, you know, on his last tribe, it was easier for him, or he blended in. He's not blending in. I don't think he's, well, we got a tribe swap. Everything's going to change. If he doesn't reel it in it's going to hurt him. I don't think season 50, they're not going to put up with that. They're not going to put up with it. You know?
Yeah, it just seems like he's paranoid out of the gate, and like you can't be paranoid in the game this early. You could get paranoid a little later when things start really developing, but to be paranoid this early is just increasing the size of the target on your back. Let me go back to Devins here for a minute.
Not very strategic. I will say I'm not seeing very good strategy coming from Joe right now.
Yeah, no, me neither. What about Devins? I mean, do you like the way he plays this game? I mean, he's definitely going to repeat what he did last time. He's going to try and throw out fake idols. We already saw that, right? With the scroll at Tribal Council and trying to trick somebody down the road here. I mean, he's plotting, he's scheming, he's, and he's got some people that he's confiding in about all the plotting and scheming. Is this going to come back to haunt him, or do you like Devins' game and you think that's going to suit him?
So how do I put this? Like, Devins is a great guy, very personable, easy to talk to, fun to talk to. He's a fun guy. I think he started doing that stuff in his last season because he got in trouble and they were kind of getting for him. And he said, well, I got nothing to lose. And he started running around and he was so fun to watch. And he was, remember when he's running under the thing and he's hiding here, and he was so fun to watch. And I loved him on that season. I think he is trying to do that again, and I don't think he needs to right now. I think that could come later. He could be in a bad position later where he needs to kick, ramp the stuff up. But I think if he does it now, it's almost too early and it's almost hurting him.
I think I agree with that.
I think
a little too much treachery, a little too early.
Yeah, he's turning people off. But I the argument with Joe, I don't blame him for walking away because he could not get.
He couldn't get a word in.
He couldn't. Was like, what am I doing? I'm wasting my breath.
Some visible eye rolls though. Like he was getting obviously very frustrated with Joe. So again, tribe swap. So we'll see, where that sort of leads. But oh goodness, yeah.
It's just a little early to be. You don't want to be polarized either way with people. You just kind of want to go with the flow a little bit,
All right. I was going to say, put up the draft one more time. So we're one more episode in. How are you feeling about your picks here, Brett? How are you feeling about Ozzy, Colby, Charlie, Rizzo? Better than tonight's episode?
I feel really good. And I like Charlie's playing very well. I'd like him to get a little more airtime, but I think Charlie's going to do very well here. I really like Ozzy. Colby, I think, is great. And Rizzo, we'll see.
Okay, so you're a little down on Rizzo. Boy Green, how do you like your team? Dragon Slayer, Devins, Sari, and D. You feeling any differently after tonight's episode?
Again, I feel great about Sari. I'm glad that I got her as late as I did. She's just a gamer, and she's going to be around forever. D, again, she had a high threat level in episode 1, but that sort of has dissipated for now, which I feel good about. Devins gets in a battle, but everyone sided with Devins, so I feel good about that. And Dragon Slayer, again, he is
creaky. He's getting creaky, Boy Green. He's old. He's creaky.
He's adapting. Okay, he's adapting. The good thing, though, I don't feel in danger with any of my people. Now, unfortunately, I can't say the same for your team, Lurch, that you already got some people in the red zone. But yeah, give us the update on your team, pal.
Well, who's in the red zone besides Joe? I think now with the tribe swap, Joe could revive himself, but he isn't playing smartly at this particular point. I love Christian's position in the game, and I think he's a very likable guy, and Brett has said the same. Even meeting him in person, he's a very likable guy. Sure. Mike White, I know that when we talked about it and we interviewed Brett a couple of months before, when Survivor 50 was first announced, the cast, and Brett was emphatic. Forget about Mike White. No chance he can win this game. White Lotus. No way. No way. No way. No way. But Mike has a way of just being nice and he's easy to talk to, and he's not like a guy that intimidates anybody. It's easy for him to be in the background in a lot of ways. So, and he's smart as heck. I just think he's smart. And he came into this very, very much in shape. So he's actually seems like a physical guy. He could win some challenges if he gets deep late in the game, because I think he's actually in really, really good shape. And Genevieve's a good strategist, although I do think it hurt her a lot when Kyle went out last week. That's a bummer for her. I think she was stronger with Kyle in the game because they were really, they were in a pretty good alliance there, and now she's in a little bit weaker position. But she's just smart. She's just smart and savvy. So that's why I went with her with the number 1 overall pick, and I hope that it's a wise pick and that she's in the game deep. We'll see.
But again, Brett, 25% of his team is in danger.
Yeah, I see Mike White going deep in this game. I do think too. So. I just don't see them giving it to him. I could be wrong, but I think he'd be safe, Lurch, that he'll go far and and you'll think he's going to win.
Well, he could do, what was the winner of Survivor that I'm forgetting his name? He had the unusual name that donated all the money. What's his name?
Gabler. Good dude, man.
Gabler, you know, like I'm going to give it a
like
Gabler. I'm going to give $1 million to, to some great
That's
cause.
the lamest thing I've ever heard.
Give it to Mike White.
No,
give it to some needy people. No, it's not lame.
I was a Gabler fan, man. I was a Gabler fan from all the stuff he was saying. And then to meet him, I met him in New York. I found out he was a Bret LaBelle fan. So I'm a huge fan of Gabler. Good guy. Now, see, that's a guy I would like to see again. He was a character. Like, I haven't seen him on 50.
Yeah, but he's a winner. You said no winners, Brett.
Yeah.
Said no winners.
That's true. Okay.
Joe,
so
one more thing on Joe, though.
Yeah.
And this is for Lurch. If I had seen Joe play today, last week, if they had showed that scene last week,
correct. No way we picked.
I would never have told him. I do feel bad earlier, kind of leading you to.
Well, you should. You led me on, and it's awful what you did to me. It's just terrible.
Kind of, sort of.
Again, Gabler, he has great taste being a Bret LaBelle guy, which I love. But no, if we get to Final Tribal and Mike White's there and he says, in his Mr. Schneebly voice, don't worry, guys, I'm just going to donate all of this to charity. And everyone goes, "Aw," I'd be like, "Oh, come on, man. We're not picking for some charitable reasons. We're trying to pick a representative of season 50. If Mike White wins, it better be because he had a kick-ass game this entire season and he punched his ticket in. And God bless America. I'd have no problem picking him as a voting for him as a potential winner of the season.
I'm not saying that they would pick. Hold on, Brett, for 1 second. I'm not saying that they would pick him because he would say, "I'm going to donate it to charity." I'm saying that it would be defensible because they don't want to give a guy who has money and is successful another $1 million, that he could do that after the fact. But I wouldn't. I'm not saying he plays that card at Final Tribal and says, "Hey, by the way, if you pick me, I'm giving it to cancer."
Because isn't that what Gabler said? Because I'm pretty sure he said that.
I remember, Brett. Do you remember how that went down? I can't remember.
I remember we discussed this because Gabler gave his stuff to charity, and we thought it was kind of. But then I remember I liked the charity he picked, so it was very hard for me to criticize him on it. I just think it's kind of like I don't know. I just feel like it's a tough thing.
Well, we're a long way from Mike White donating it, and who knows if he's even going to donate it.
Win it, right? Let alone.
I just think it's like this. Like, look at. I said this before. It's like there's people that need this money. Like they need the money. Like I could have used the money when I need. I wouldn't have. And not. I don't say someone giving to charity, but there's people on this that have nothing. There was people on my season that came from nothing. So I don't know. I just find that it's just kind of tough to. I would find it tough. I think for some people to say, okay, I'm somebody that needs it, not that's gonna, and I mean, giving it to charity, guys. I get, for anyone listening, it's like it's a nice thing to do. I get it. I'm just saying, you're out there to win $1 million to better your life. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe
not better the life
you want to
of
give
randoms.
a little bit. You want to donate some, like Adam Klein did. I'm totally for that, but. Yeah, it's weird.
But these are all famous. These are all famous people now, Brett. Some of them have already won the $1 million. Like, let them give it to charity. Come on.
Boo.
You guys don't want it. Okay.
Yeah. Can I say though, Lurch, loving the Jerry Lee Lewis microphone that you have there.
Oh, thank you. Yes, it's a beauty, right?
That's cool looking. Did you have that before, or is that new?
Fairly new. I had one other microphone previously for about the first 3 or 4 months of our YouTube digital adventure. But I wanted to go out and get a quality microphone. And I always, so this is a Shure mic, so it's a really nice mic in terms of quality. But on top of that, I've always loved the crooner thing. And I've always wanted to have one of those on my desk. And I was like, now I could get a real one and actually use it in the digital world. So I went out and got one. Yeah.
That's old school. I like it. Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, it's like, it's like in the boxing matches. Everybody, for the featured match.
In this corner, we have
the ceiling.
Yeah.
And in this corner, weighing in. Yeah, that's
Or
great.
in the
this is
rock roll,
great.
you see like the stray cats, sporting one of these. They used to sport one of these, a stray cat.
No, Brett, this is great because inevitably when Manchild's team gets knocked out, he could be the guy introducing our two teams as they're facing off in the finals to win it all. And he could be like, in this corner,
is Boy Green over here, Bret LaBelle. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
There you go.
See, there you go, because his torch will have already long been snuffed. So
I fully expect it, so it's who cares? If I win,
you're gonna win one of these.
the greatest upset in the history of
I don't
mankind.
think so.
I'm Villanova taking down Georgetown, baby. That's what I am if I win this thing. I am Villanova taking down Patrick Ewing and the Hoyas, baby.
Yeah.
That's my
See what
motif.
happens. Well, you have the number one pick, so you have no excuse. So come on, man.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. All right. Anything else from anybody, or is this a wrap? Boy Green, you got any final thoughts? Go ahead.
That was a good episode.
No, just I want to thank Brett for coming back and giving his time. We've loved doing this for a long time, nearly 10 years. It's unbelievable of doing all these Survivor seasons. So it's always a treat. Shout out to the fans. We have 400 people that are watching the show right now live, and I know a bunch of people watch it after the fact. So a real treat. And we do this every single Wednesday night. And it looks like, I think I checked the rest of the episode log, that it looks like most of the shows the rest of the way will be 90 minutes outside of the finale and maybe 1 2-hour special somewhere deep in the season. So terrific. So we're going to be around here a little after 9:30 every Wednesday night. It's going to be fun.
And by the way, while you're out there, folks, pop that like button. And if you're interested not only in Survivor stuff, but we also do a lot of sports coverage, check out our channel. It's right there at MC Show Digital. Just click that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. And you can kind of keep an eye on what we're up to. Brett, final thoughts?
Smash a like, folks. Smash a like.
Smash.
No, listen, guys, good to be back. Sorry about last week.
No reason.
Stuck with work, but that's all right. No, I think this was a great episode. I'm starting to get into this 50. I didn't love it last week. All the stupidity with the Eilish bull crap, but I'm okay with it. I liked this week. I thought this was great. Tonight was
there will be some more celebrity nonsense, Brett, but we'll grin and bear it. We'll grin and bear it.
I don't like
see what it is. See what it's all about.
I want to see that on the room floor. I don't want to see it on my TV.
I think we're getting country music stars. We're getting Mr. Beast.
Yeah, Zach Bryan, Jimmy Fallon
Mr. Beast.
Yeah,
Mr. Beast can stay on X or whatever he's on now. We don't need that here.
All right. Bret LaBelle, thanks so much, buddy. We will see you next week. For Boy Green, it's the Manchild signing off, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week, right after the show again for our recap show. Everybody take care.